Hey beloved, you're welcome to another episode of Unfolding Me, the podcast. This is a safe space where we have conversations on real life experiences and our faith walk. We gist, we heal, and we discover God's mind for navigating our journey through life. Here, we do love, we do vulnerable, we do truth. So, sit back and enjoy the next 15 plus minutes with me. Hey guys, how have you been? How have you all been doing? How have you been faring in this beautiful month of love? Since we have all just unanimously agreed that February is the month of love. So how have you been doing? Let me know if you can, comment to this. Please let me know how you have been rather. Have you been choking under pressure from couples? Or have you been feeling unbothered? I'm not moved by what I see. That'd be great. Or have you been the one tensioning single Pringles? Remember, the Lord is watching you. Well, whatever the case is, February is finally over and we can all rest now. Hopefully. Before we get to the crux of today's topic, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, the topic is I found love again. Juicy topic. I'm going to give you the gist, don't worry. But I want us to play a game. It's a popular TikTok put a finger down challenge. We could just do this with our right hand up. So yeah, I want to believe you have your right hand up even if I can't see you. So let's go. Right, put a finger down if you love love. Be honest. If you really love love, we probably all do. So yeah, put a finger down. The next one, put a finger down if you've ever been in a romantic relationship that didn't work out. No hard feelings, but yeah, put a finger down. Next, put a finger down if you went into a relationship with uncertainties and glaring red flags, but you tried to convince yourself that it could work. You saw it, but you still went off. Put a finger down. Okay. I probably should have been making light of this, but yeah, we're just joking around, right? So, next one, put a finger down if you've been hurt before or if you've hurt someone in a romantic relationship. That's probably inevitable, but I mean, I'm referring to like maybe a deep hurt, something that took you probably a long time to get over. So yeah, put a finger down. And finally, put a finger down if you've made mistakes pertaining to relationships and judge yourself unworthy of a good one since then. Like maybe you just began to feel, oh, I don't think I'm going to ever get a good relationship ever again because of this or that. Whatever the case is, no judgment, but put a finger down. Okay, that's all my questions. So if you have 3 to 5 fingers down, I'm sending you hugs because I can totally relate, right? And to be honest, all 5 of my fingers are down. Yeah, so believe me when I say I've been there. I know how it feels, right? Because all of these 5 scenarios relate to me. Okay. Now, as much as I can help it, right? I like to keep my romantic relationships private. I try my best, right? Of course, what still gets out. And it's not like it's secretive, but I just really like not to, announce to the whole world, And over the years, I've had a couple relationships, really great ones, really great ones. Trust me, I was team, the first one is my only one, but anyway, life happens. Yeah, and then each of these relationships have had to end for different reasons, from bad timing to one party or even both parties misbehaving or disobeying instructions from God, also to medical concerns and a couple of other things in between. Notwithstanding, I am truly grateful and blessed for the journey thus far, blessed for everyone in every way that and form that they had come. I'm grateful for them. Of course, there are those moments when I cry my eyes out into my pillow after receiving reminder pop-ups from my gallery or Google photos of memories I created with a special someone. Maybe it was an outing or a goofy selfie, and then just tell me this day, February 2019 or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God. They say time heals, or it will get easier to handle the pain, or, when the one arrives, every iota of past hurt will dissipate. Sounds like cute stuff. And to be fair, this is probably true for most people. But let's just say that the healing duration, it differs from person to person. For me, healing and complete detachment is really hard. I mean, thus far, it has been really hard. And here is why. I have a pseudo moving on mechanism. On the surface, it looks like I move on pretty easily rather. But what happens is I lock away my emotions and my hurt into a special box in my mind. And then I set up new distractions to occupy my time and focus my attention on the next activity. No time wasted. It was fun while it lasted. Right now, we move. Laughs in French. So my life has been such that I get to be strong for other people. Family, friends, unofficial mentees, colleagues, or even random strangers. But the healing dispenser desperately in need of healing herself. Who's gonna know? How would they know? I mean, if you don't tell them, how will they know? I also struggle with knowing who to open up to and when to actually open up, because the few times I've eventually opened up, I probably didn't open up in the right time, during the right time, or even to the right people, right? And then I also grew up with the mindset that there was a certain level of performance that was expected of me. If you've read one of my previous newsletters I wrote, I'm a pastor, right? You probably have an understanding of this, right? So I just felt like, there was this level of performance that was expected, and so I could not fall short. And even if I did, I dare not talk about it. And because I also get to counsel and advise others, I've always been doing this from as far back as I can remember. My earliest memories would probably be, or maybe my most mature memories of counseling others would be in secondary school. So as far back as then, I was already, giving advice to people. And because of that, my personal issues would naturally just take the back seat. Now, remember the special box I was talking about. The sad thing about it is I do have a control over its lock. So once it decides to open up, I just break down. And it is never, ever a pretty sight. Silly me, I'll start grieving over a relationship or a friendship months after it has ended, rather. It's as if, reality dawns on me when the rest of the world has moved on. And because I don't deal with issues immediately, they now begin to pile up and then haunt me terribly. Like I could just be cooking and then I'll start crying. Where? Next thing I know, I'm lethargic and I will just go on ghost mode for days. Like some of my friends have even noticed it already. So once I'm in that, they're like, Naomi, you're on ghost mode again. But I just lock up. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'd rather be in my room for days, even if I have to go to work. It will be obvious. My mood will just be, I don't want to talk to nobody. Just be quiet. I'll probably not be online. I'll just not respond to messages. I feel like, where is this lady? I'm on ghost mode. It's like a nurse in a hospital dressed in fitted scrubs and nice slip-ons. How they look very cute. And then attending to patients with a beautiful smile on. Whereas nobody knows that she's covering up scars and scabs on her body or even dealing with a contagious ailment until it's too late. Well, thankfully, that has changed. Scratch that. It's changing. I'm working on it, I promise. Yeah. But I shared an abridged version of my emotional healing process so that you can understand that, you're not alone. You're not alone. In all honesty, this nurse, if I do say so, or if I do call myself that, this nurse is treating wounds herself. And sometimes these wounds pose as disqualifying factors to dissuade her from performing her duty. They make me feel sometimes like, wait, you're not qualified. You have scars yourself. You have, things you're dealing with. But thanks be to God for his constant reassurance, for his soothing comfort, and of course for his healing balm. God has been with me on my healing journey, my healing process, and I'm most grateful to that. And to be fair, some scars are visible, others are not. Some things you might go through might be easily discernible, and there's some others that it will take a lot to reveal them to people. But regardless of the form of pain you're experiencing, I want you to know today that you can hand it over to God. Let him fix and heal you completely. Stop picking at that wound or trying so hard to cover it up, because the truth is neither extreme is worth it. Whether you pick at it, try to, keep touching it. You know how we used to touch pimples growing up, and they're like, the more you touch it, the more they multiply. That's how it is. So stop picking at it. And at the same time, don't try to cover it up. The other extreme is when we see people covering up with makeup, foundation, and all of that. It doesn't really change the fact that that thing is still there. So the earlier you look for treatment, the better, if you get the analogy I just used. But I'm still referring to, scars and hurt, emotional hurt to be precise. Right. And, just looking back at how the month has unfolded, there seems to be a lot of emphasis on the need to heal. And I know, it can get really overwhelming. I can even feel like no one understands or validates your pain. They just expect you to be an adult and move past the situation. It's hard. I get it. Honestly, I get it because I have been there. I'm still there, I think. Right? But the truth is, you need the healing the most. It's not even about the people who are saying it. It's more about you. The benefits of healing are first for you before anyone else. So it's important that you heal. You've heard this 1,000 times before, and I'm only here to say it again. You need to heal. And thankfully, right, the teachings in my local church this month have further reinforced the need for self-awareness and emotional healing, especially before you decide to partner with someone else for life. So it's important that you take out time to heal from whatever it is that might have gone wrong in the past, whatever you're facing currently, so that you are whole again and then ready to, start a new journey with someone else. And even if you're already in a relationship or already in, a marriage or a committed partnership, it's still very important. It's still very important that you take out time to heal so that those things don't continue to reoccur. If you're reading this as a newsletter, I would, include a link to where you can get some of these messages. But if you're listening to me without reading the newsletter, you can just check sermons or media.ccing.org. Anyway, back to the subject of today's newsletter or today's podcast. Right, I found love again. Would you believe me that there was a time in my life when marriage or romance was not even on my radar? Like, I wasn't even thinking or contemplating the idea. And surprisingly, I had more male friends than female friends at the time. And I really loved it that way. Like, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I wanted to be successful in my career, just love God to the full, and then adopt children later on. I'll talk about this some other time, maybe not, but that was like my goal. That was like my life goal. Apostle Paulina for the win, lol. I was following Apostle Paul, my mentor, and it wasn't because of anything that happened. I just felt like, what, this is not for me. Let me just go this route. Just, be successful, and then later adopt children, just love God, serve Him. How Apostle Paul said it could be a distraction. So I'm like, nope. All for Jesus. All for Jesus. All I am and have and nevermore will be. Okay. But this was like 10 years ago, and now over 10 years, I've heard many sweet lines. I've seen intentional acts and have received thoughtful gifts. And then I've also had broken hearts, healthy servings of breakfast and hot tears, followed by helpful counseling and sound teaching. Thank God for that. Right? All of this is just to say I have grown so much in my understanding of love. Like, I am thankful for this growth process. And when I say love, I mean wholesome love. Love in its pure and enriching form. Love that gives and forgives. Love that cares and covers. Love that protects and corrects. Love that stays and blossoms. Love that is graceful and godful. This is love. This is love. I know it feels really idealistic, but it is real and it is true. This is authentic, wholesome love. And I found this love in God. I said all of that to say, I found love. I found love. No, I can't even stress it enough. I found love, right? Public service announcement. I really, really, really love me. Really love me. Me as in Naomi Scott, like gosh, I don't know how to express this love without sounding a little overboard, because it's so real. I don't think I've ever come to love myself this much as I do in present time. Like, I love me so much. I found love in myself, and I know you probably weren't expecting that, right? But it's the truth. I found love in discovering the gift of God that is embedded in me, and in growing and living my best life. Now, make no mistake, I don't mean this from the standpoint of selfish prioritization of one's ego, or, girl power, no need for a man, yada yada mindset. Nope, absolutely not. I love man. I still do. I really do. I will forever do. So help me God. Amen. And I absolutely look forward to loving up on somebody's son and disturbing your timelines very soon. But until it's time for that, I am deeply pleased with who I am. Like, I'm completely at rest in this season of my life, and I am fully immersed in all that God would have me do, with ministry, with career, and in every other area of my life. Like, I am so immersed in all of this, right, that I'm not feeling like I'm lacking or missing something because of that other part of me that doesn't seem to be in existence right now. Now, make no mistake again, this is not like a distraction mechanism, as that before, where I would just lock up my feelings. But right now, it has become purposeful living. So much so that whether there's a man in the picture or not, nothing much changes. Except that, when there's a man, obviously my sleep time I reduce just for a bit. The whole beginning stages where you put all of it up. Anyway, that's not why we are here today. But I mean, apart from that, I don't see anything changing. Of course, there will now be a reinforced partnership. Things would definitely get better. But apart from that, I'm doing everything that I'm meant to be doing, and it's such a joy. So yeah, I'm complete. I'm content. I'm loving myself enough to diligently fulfill my call in obedience to my ultimate lover, who is God. Right? I'm learning to say no to unhelpful relationships. I'm loving myself enough to define all the ships in my life, to spot inconsistencies, to heal from the past and present hurts, because hurts will keep coming, right? So learning to heal as it comes, and to forgive myself and others, because hey, we're all on a growth process. I'm loving myself enough to set boundaries and stick to them. This one, so important. I'm loving myself enough to to make corrections. It's okay when you fail, but do make corrections and then go again. I promise you, this is freedom. Like, this love is exhilarating. It's peaceful. It's joyful. It is freeing. Oh dear, I found love again, and I could not hold back from telling you. I'm so in love with you. Can't make it without you. Forever me and forever me and forever me. You know how we used to say me, myself, and I? Like, that's how I feel. Like I am so complete. Like, I am so complete. Oh, by the way, the song I just sang was Happy by Tasha Cobbs. But I mean, it's a song for God, please. So yeah. I'm so in love with you. Can make it without you. Forever me and you. Forever me and me. Right. I hope that this has been freeing for you. I hope that I've been able to, make you see the beauty of loving yourself, of healing and loving yourself, because God loves you. If only you could just come to see yourself how He sees you, right? I do hope you come into a fullness of His love. And, I'd like to end this by praying for you. I'll just say a word of prayer. I pray that you experience the overwhelming love of God, and He propels you to love yourself deeply in spite of any perceived, imperfections or even past mistakes. I pray that God heals you from any hurt or pain that you may be experiencing. Oh, I pray that He sends you help and He comforts you on every side. I pray that He strengthens you to fulfill His will with boldness, with courage, and with freedom. You are complete in Him. Trust strength in His love and rise again. Whew. I hope you find love. I hope you find love. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much once again for listening to this episode, right? Or for reading this newsletter if you're reading it as well. I am so grateful that you've counted me worthy of this number of minutes. God bless you. God bless you so much. You have all my love till I come your way again with love from me. Happy new month in advance. And God bless you. Bye.